on your screen. You can also write to us on WhatsApp, both the numbers of which are flashing on your screens right now. And starting with the show, Prashant Tapse of Mehta Equities will join us on the fundamental queries, and Vikas Jain of Reliance Securities will answer all your technical questions. So do pick up that phone and call us on the numbers flashing on your screen. Welcome, gentlemen. Let's begin with the first WhatsApp query waiting for us. Dinesh has written to us from Rameshwaram in Tamil Nadu. Now, this question is on the MFI space. He writes to us saying that the banking and the microfinance sector is currently facing headwinds due to mismanagement and declining repayment capacity of borrowers, especially given how the recent events such as income tax cut and the repo rate cut has had an impact on the MFI space. He is asking if this is the right time to start buying banking and microfinance stocks. And if yes, what are your top 3 picks from this particular sector? Prashant, because this is a fundamental query, I'd like to know your view on microfinance sectors, especially given the fact that it's such an important space for micro lenders in our country.
I think he rightly said due to all the tax slab which has been changed and giving a lot of consumption-based money to the economy. But I'm a bit negative on the small microfinance companies due to their tightened balance sheet and weaker provisionals. So I think one should focus more on the PSU banks right now, like Canara Bank or the Punjab National Bank or Bank of Baroda. I think the same story will run in these banks also. Again, having some kind of PSU tag, I think a lot of money will flow from these sectors. So I think my advice would be go with these 3 stocks: Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, as well as Punjab National Bank. If you would like to cap in the fresh money which is coming into the economy, which can flow into the markets.
Understood. And Vikas, what do you think about the MFI space? Do you, suggest viewers to stay away from MFIs as well?
It's always better to stay away from MFI companies because historically, if you look at either a 2-year period, 3-year period, or 5-year period, microfinance companies have not really made any money for the investors. The IPOs have come at haywire prices and they are down by around 30 to 50% respective to various for the years. So it's always better to stick to large banks. So maybe it should private banks or PSU banks playing the move. So as Prashant has already recommended PSU banks, I like to pitch in more to the private bank space. So RBL bank looks attractive because if you look at the last 2 quarter numbers have been pretty disappointing, but the stock has continues to hold its long-term averages near to 153, 155, and the stock has done pretty well in these bad markets too. So RBL bank looks pretty promising, and among the last step banks, HDFC Bank and Axis Bank looks pretty attractive to invest into compared to the small microfinance companies.
Understood. So it's a good time to invest into PSUs and private banks, but not so much in the MFI space. Now we will go across to our next query, and Krishna has written to us from Bangalore. He says that he bought Tejas Network for 1,116 with a long-term view. The stock is currently trading around 850 levels. He's asking if he should add more at this price or should he exit, given that he wants to maybe hold on to these stocks for 2 years more. And he currently has 10 shares of this company in his portfolio. Prashant, what's your take on Tejas Network? Prashant, our viewer is sitting on a substantial amount of loss at the moment. What should he do?
I think with markets being so corrective in the range, I think mid caps, small caps have seen a lot of pressure, and Tejas also has got the same fever. Overall, the fundamental story is really good. I think long-term investors should average more at these levels again. With respect to valuations, again, it is trading at almost 15 to 18 times forward 1 year. So I think it's a good company, fundamentally very strong company, which is into more into technology focus, innovation focus, and R&D into a lot of telecommunications. So I think as a long-term investors, I will be continuing to have a positive view. Yes, he's making some losses. I think if he has some more capital to deploy, I think he should go and buy more at this point of time.
Okay, got it. So it's a hold on Tejas. And now we have our first caller of this evening. Ankit is on the phone line. Hi, Ankit. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. You're calling us from Faridabad, right?
Yeah, correct.
Welcome to Ask Profit. Please ask away your question.
So basically, currently I'm holding HUDCO in my portfolio, and I'm holding 100 shares of it, and I bought the share at the rate of 305, and right now it's significantly down. So I'm just worried, should I hold it or should I make an exit?
Understood. And when did you purchase these shares of HUDCO?
Yeah, it's been a while now. I'm not. I don't exactly remember the time frame, but I think it's been more than 6 to 8 months.
More than 6 to 8 months. So less than a year of holding of HUDCO shares. And you're wanting a long-term view on this one or a short-term one?
Yeah, and that was held for long term.
Okay, long term. Okay, got it. So, Prashant, because I came to you on the previous question, I'll first take Ankit's view. I'll first take Vikas's view on Ankit's question. Now, Vikas, Ankit holds 100 shares of HUDCO at 305 apiece, and the stock is currently trading around 200 levels. If you go past the 6 months, in the last 6 months, the share has seen a beating of close to 30% or so. And Ankit is also, as a result, sitting in a substantial amount of loss, as we saw on the screen. What do you think about his investment in HUDCO, and what should he do going ahead?
Should stay put at the current investment, because if you look at being a PSU basket nature, the whole PSU basket got somewhere around peaked out somewhere into June or July month, whether it is HAL, whether PSU basket, and the same way applies to HUDCO also. But we believe with the new transition in phase, the company has done pretty well over the last many years, and the stock is attractively poised, so it should stay invested. If he has more capital, he can add at current levels and may reduce his purchase price from the highs of around 305. So investing at the current levels would be advisable, because the stock has witnessed some amount of momentum post entering into the F&O basket into the month of January from 200 to 245 to 50. So some positive pullback cannot be ruled out at current levels. So we can invest or can continue to hold.
Okay, got it. And Prashant, I would also want to know your fundamental part of this one, because, housing is such a large theme for us Indians, where we are always hell-bent on either buying a house or renting a house. And right now, that's the most debatable topic when it comes to the real estate segment. And especially given HUDCO that is involved in housing finance, what do you think about the space per se?
I think with respect to a long-term investment, I think one can hold this stock at least for a 2 or 3 year view from current levels. You rightly said with respect to housing sector, I think I'm very much bullish on the housing sectors to grow for next 1 or 2 years, considering the government tax benefit which they are given. So I think overall with respect to valuations, again it's trading at almost 12 forward PE again, and less than 2 price to book value. I think it's a great stock. Rightly, one can hold it and average it at these levels. His price was a little bit higher. I think it was a peak level when in the month of June, which he has bought at nearly 300, 350 levels. That was the time when markets were in the very bullish zone and liquidity was at the high, and every stock was moving every day with new high as a tag. So I think from last 3 to 6 months, the way how the price correction has happened, this has been also in the fear of correction. So I think hold at this point of time. If you have additional capital, you have to add more.
Understood. Got it. And now we have Murli joining us on the phone line from Chennai. Hi, Murli.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello. Please go ahead. Ask away your question.
Yeah, I have Reliance Industries shares with 500 quantity. I bought at 1275.
Okay.
We done with around 25. So what would be the status of it? And I'm looking for short term.
Short-term view. So how short are we looking at? 2 months, 3? What's your short?
I bought it last month, 15th around, Jan 15th. I just looking 100 rupees up from the price of what I bought. So I said around maybe 52-week low. I just looking for this 5 to 10% profit.
Okay.
For short term, 2 to 3 months.
Understood. Okay. Vikas, I'll take this one to you. Murli holds 500 shares of Reliance Industries at 1275, and the stock is currently trading around 1254. So not very far away from his buying price, but still less. And if you look at the 1-year chart, the stock has been consistently falling. Could you explain the reason behind the fall that we have seen in the stock price? And also, my follow-up question to you would be, is it a good idea for investors to invest in large cap stocks for a short period of time?
Yeah, so in terms of Reliance Industries, if you look at drawdown, no doubt the Reliance Industries is one of the largest heavyweight stocks. So it got peaked out somewhere into the September when the Nifty got peaked out near to 1500, 1600 levels. This stock has massively underperformed compared to the other large caps, where this Reliance Industries has almost declined by 25-27% from its peak of 1570, 1580 odd. It's always better to invest into large caps or mega caps trading perspective, because that's an easy entry and exit point to enter into. And Reliance Industries has invested into almost at 1275 near to the base price. The stock has witnessed some amount of up move near to 1326, 1327. Then again now Nifty drifting downwards. It has again declined, but it has made a higher bottom formation near to end a double bottom near to 1220, 1230 odd levels. So we believe the stock would see some amount of strong up move. A minor resistance is there near to 1320, 25. If that has been crossed with strong volumes, then the stock can move further near to 1380 to 1400. So you can continue to remain invested. We believe the stock should test 1400 over the next 1 to 3 months.
Understood. Got it. So it's a hold on Reliance Industries. And now we have Chetan joining us on the phone line from Mysuru. Hi, Chetan. Good evening.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
How can we help you, Chetan?
Ma'am, KPI Green Energy, 200 quantity, average price of 520.
Okay.
Today, lower circuit, ma'am. 3-month stock hold, ma'am. KPI Green Energy, your new order, 15.19 megawatt direct DC solar plant CCC, ma'am.
Understood. Got it. And you have been holding on to these shares for 3 months.
Yes, ma'am. Short term, ma'am. 3 months, ma'am.
So 220 shares at 520 rupees a piece for 3 months holding period. And as you rightly mentioned, that the stock did see a lower circuit today, despite receiving a 15.9 megawatt solar project, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it. So Prashant, let's take this one to you. Although this is a short-term query, I'd like to know if KPI Green Energy has a brighter future, because our viewer is sitting on a loss of close to 13,000 rupees at the moment through this investment.
I'm not so positive on the company, being a 8,000 crore market cap company, very small in this segment. And due to the Trump 2.0, who said a headline saying very much low expectation with respect to the renewable energy. So from the day when Trump said about renewable energy, the stock is coming down drastically. It was almost trading at around the 550 levels, and today it has touched a low of almost 310, and now it has recovered. But I think one should avoid this stock from a fundamental point of view. But again, the story is good with respect to green energy, but I will avoid KPI Green at this point of time.
Okay, now since you say that you would avoid KPI Green Energy, is there any other stock in the same space that you would recommend? Because you're bullish on the theme, but not the company.
I think NTPC Green would be a great stock. Again, it has larger capacity, larger market cap, and a lot of fund managers have taken a good call on a long-term story. So I think that would be a better story with limited downside.
Got it. Very well put. And now we have Krishna joining us on the phone line from Odisha. Hi, Krishna. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening. Thank you for calling Ask Profit. Go ahead.
I am holding NOCIL Limited.
Okay.
50 shares.
Understood.
At 292 rupees per piece.
And NOCIL shares at 292 rupees per piece. And at
yes,
how many shares are you holding? 50.
50.
50. Since when have you been holding on to these shares, Krishna?
What, madam?
Since when do you hold 50 shares of NOCIL?
Since 6th September 2024.
Okay, that's last year. Got
yes.
it. And any reason, was there any reason behind purchasing these shares?
Yes, madam. The company manufactures rubber chemicals which are used by the tire industry and other rubber processing industries, and it is a part of Arvind Mafathalal Group, and is the largest rubber chemical manufacturer in India.
Okay.
That is the reason, thinking that the company will have a great future, I bought this stock, madam.
Okay, got it. And are you wanting a short-term analysis on this or a long-term one?
Short to medium term, madam.
Short-term to medium term. Okay. Vikas, as you may have heard our viewer, Krishna holds 50 shares of NOCIL at 292. The stock is currently trading around 216. And when I asked him why he invested in this, he said that it is one of the biggest rubber chemical manufacturing companies in India. Now, I don't know much about the space. Are you bullish on the space and the stock?
So as Mr. Krishna mentioned that he has bought in September 2024 when the markets were at all-time high. And since then, we have seen a witness a good amount of drawdown. So the stock itself has also declined. But we believe the chemical space sector is seeing a lot of traction. He has studied well the company. Only thing is the timing was being wrong from where the markets had a drawdown. So we can continue to remain invested into the stock. We believe the stock should do pretty well over the next 3 to 6 months because the Buffett Group same company its shares have been also from the chemical basket continues to look attractive and which would see some amount of strong up move. These quarterly results have been pretty weak, but we believe the chemical space traction has been outperforming among the likes of SRF and Navin Fluorine. So this stock should also do well. On a higher side, 240-45 should be immediate target over the next 1 to 2 months. And if that is being crossed, then the purchase price should be easily achievable. If he has capital, he can add more.
Okay, amazing. Now we have Srinivas on the phone line from Chennai. Hi Srinivas, good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening, ma'am. I would like to know about Kaynes Technology, ma'am.
Okay. What do you want to know about Kaynes?
Yeah, I bought 50 shares with the cost of 5,600.
Okay.
Now it's going to be very down. Can I equalize or what have to do, madam? Can I sell or can I hold for 6 months?
Understood. And when did you purchase these shares of Kaynes Technology?
December 2024.
Okay, December 2024.
Yes.
So Prashant, I will come to you on this one. Just in December 2024, from that purchase, it's a very recent purchase, say 2 months, and Srinivas has made a massive loss of over 70,000 by investing in Kaynes Technology. He bought these shares at 5,600 rupees a piece, and they're currently trading around 4,113 rupees, seeing a downtick of 3% today itself. What is your view going ahead from a 6 months perspective?
I think the fall is the reason why markets have been crashed with respect to mid cap and small cap selling pressure. But with respect to the industry which is into electronic manufacturing companies, so the story is really good for long-term investors. It was not for a short-term investor. Again, with respect to valuations, again it is trading above 100 times. The P and even the price to book value is more than 10 times, which is very, very expensive at this point of time. Even at the time when he was, the share was trading at 5,500, even that time it was trading almost 130 PE. So which was not justifiable with respect to the growth what Kaynes was doing. Sector is really good. I think the sector will do well. But again, people have paid a heavy cost for buying this stock as a trading opportunity. It should be a long-term investment, not for a short-term investors. For time being, I would recommend him to wait for some more time. I think it can come down a little bit more from the current levels due to the mid-cap and small-cap corrections. There are a lot of people getting out of the stock. So if the stock goes down near to 3,3,800 again, I think that would be a good level to average out more. But more, I think Vikas can help him take technicals.
Okay, and so Vikas, let's come to you. What do you think about Kaynes Technology? And since Prashant mentioned that it's a good stock to remain invested in from a long-term horizon, could you put a number to that? How long?
In terms of long-term horizon, the stock has done pretty well over the last few years in the whole EMS space. But it was one of the high flyer stock, and all these high flyer stocks have witnessed huge amount of corrective action into the January month itself. So we believe the stock could have continued with corrective action, but some more corrective action cannot be ruled out near to 35,600 band. And there the price correction would have been materialistic, but some amount of time correction is also to be given to the stock. Because if you look at more drawdown to more, the stock had witnessed strong amount of up move into those 1,500, 1,700 to 6,800 odd levels. So 3,800 should be the base level to invest into, and some more time has to be given to the stock for further holding for the next 6 to 9 months.
Got it. And now we have Ravi calling us from Hyderabad. Hi Ravi, good evening.
Yeah, very good evening.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, just my query is on ONGC. Is it a good time to buy fresh shares for ONGC? And does this stock has a potential to collect around 5 to 10% in the next 6 to 8 months?
Okay. A very specific query, but before I take this question to our guest, Ravi, I would want to know, why are you interested in ONGC?
Because since it's a monopoly and also it gives dividend, right? So
Okay.
that's what attracted me.
Understood. Vikas, let's take this one to you. Ravi wants to know if this is a good time to enter ONGC. What's your view? Because, ONGC's 52-week high has been 345 and 52-week low at 223. The stock is currently trading around 245. So not very far from its 52-week low. And, in this context, a lot of viewers could perceive the stock to be discounted. Do you think from that perspective, it's a good time to enter at a discounted range in such a big company?
So if you look at the specific, if he has not invested, he can avoid investing in ONGC because we believe ONGC does get directly related to the crude oil price movement. And as where the production is expected to increase as announced by Trump 2.0 with respect to crude oil production, crude prices would continue to remain under pressure. And simultaneously, the stock should also remain under pressure. So instead of playing in ONGC, you should play more to the refinery or marketing side of the company. So maybe HPCL looks pretty attractive at current levels. HPCL has witnessed good amount of fall from the recent highs, 30-35%. So if he has not invested into ONGC, I would suggest invest into HPCL, which is a combination of refinery and marketing both. And the stock is at critical support areas from where he can make those 5 to 10% up move, which he wishes to.
Got it. And now we have Mukeed joining us on the phone line from Hyderabad as well. Hi, Mukeed. Good evening. Go ahead with your question, please.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
My question is about Exicom Tele-Systems.
Okay.
I have 100 shares at the price of 280. So
Okay.
since last quarterly results, the stock is been going down. Should I hold or sell or accumulate more for a medium to long term perspective?
Understood. Prashant, I'll direct this question to you. Mukeed holds 100 shares of Exicom Tele-Systems at 280 rupees a piece. The stock is currently trading around 194. And he also mentioned that since the time the company revealed its quarterly results, it has not been performing too great on the stock market. What is your view on this particular company and how can Mukeed make profits from this investment?
I think I'm being very negative on the company since the IPO was launched. It is into EV chargers and electric, critical power component businesses. So I think there is a huge competition in this space, and I think Tata Power is the best play one. I think one should play on the EV side. So, but with respect to earnings, again, obviously he's right in terms of reading. Earnings were really bad. EPS was down by drastically. I think that was one reason why stock has been continuously falling. The stock is down almost like 20 to 50% down in last 6 months. That is really a big loss for any investors. So overall, if I would recommend him better to exit at this point of time, I don't want to recommend him to average this stock again, add more capital with the company which I am negative. I think if you were to play EV, I think Tata Power should be one stock he should shift in. The stock would move very slow, but I think it's a consistent return deliver for the long-term investor.
Understood. So he should exit the stock even if he is sitting on a loss at the moment, right?
Yes, right.
Understood. Now we will go across to Ramesh. He's waiting for us on the phone line. He is joining us from Chennai. Hi, Ramesh. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Please go ahead.
I'm holding 704 shares of Trident for around averaging it around like 35, 17, I guess. So I'm just holding this stock for quite some time, like more than 18 months. So I'm just averaging it whenever it goes down, and it's not showing any progress since the time I started accumulating it by means like down averaging it. So is there anything that can be done like down averaging it is wise, or can I go ahead and sell it and look for something else in the same textile industry?
Understood. It's a very wholesome question, and I will take this question directly to Prashant. Prashant, so our viewer Ramesh, he holds 724 shares of Trident, and he's averaging them at 35.17 a piece. Okay, and despite holding them for 18 months or so, he is sitting on a loss of around 4,000, as you can see on your screen. Now, speaking of Trident and a lot of other stocks that come from the same space, while we do say that consumption is going to pick up, whether it is on the urban side or on the rural side, eventually we see consumption picking up on both ends. Why do you see that companies are not reflecting that hope or positivity or growth in terms of how they're, performing on the stock market?
I think again the story which you said with respect to consumption would be a long-term story, not a short-term story, and that has started being discussed more after the budget only. So I think with this company, I think valuation is the only concern, and earning growth is the second concern, where the mismatch of valuation as well as earnings is playing a big game to trade this stock very low. If you see the price action again, I think last 6 months the stock has not performed well at any point of time, even when the markets were at all-time high. The stock was really trading very much low, and from there, I think the stock has been not negatively giving returns to the investors. If you see valuation wise, again, I think it is trading at 50 to 60 times of PE, and even price to book value is at near to five levels. I think it's very costly, stock on a fundamental level. You rightly said with respect to consumption story, but it would be a long term, again, more than 1 or 2 years from the current levels again. So if you hold it for again 1 year plus from current levels, at least he can try to get his cost of buying. So then only he can think more what to do next.
So Prashant, very quickly, in 30 seconds, when do you think we could see a trend reversal with Trident?
I think first quarter of next financial year should be the wait and watch level. Again, the earnings which we will see, and then when we can decide the stock will move or not.
Understood. Viewers, Prashant and Vikas, we will have to slip into a short break, but keep sending in your queries on WhatsApp as well as call it. We will be right back for Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit.
भाषण सुना उसके बाद मेरा पहला एक्रोनिम निकाला मैंने, वो था RRR, रिस्पॉन्सिबल, रिफॉर्मिस्ट, और मैंने कहा रिवॉल्यूशनरी। हाउ डिड यू अराइव एट दिस नंबर ऑफ 12 लाख रुपीस?
हमें लगता है टैक्स पेयर उस लेवल नंबर से टैक्स भर रहा है, क्या उनको हम कुछ कर सकते हैं?
प्राइवेट सेक्टर कैपेक्स अभी तक वो इन्वेस्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं, जबकि आपका इकोनॉमिक सर्वे ही बताता है कि वो कैश पाइल पे बैठे हुए हैं।
अगर कंजम्पशन बढ़ता और उसके तहत लगता है कि ग्रेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट का पॉसिबिलिटी है, वो भी अच्छा ट्रिगर हो सकता है।
एआई बहुत तेज़ी से आ रहा है, तो जॉब के चैलेंजेस होंगे, स्किल के चैलेंज पहले से हैं, तो जो ट्रांजिशन पीरियड का स्ट्रगल है, नौकरी मुझे अभी चाहिए।
पूरे साल का एक्सपोजर दिलाने के लिए हम इंटर्नशिप प्रोग्राम ले आए, और इसके साथ साथ इस बजट में भी ट्रेनिंग फॉर एआई, इसके लिए सेंटर्स बनाए हैं।
Tax regime for individual. In fact, there has been discussion on how to sort of reduce the tax rate.
I am now happy to announce that there will be no income tax payable up to income of 12 lakh rupees.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What's the picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know your company, powered by NDTV Profits Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers. Know your company at 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, only on NDTV Profit.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What's the picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know your company, powered by NDTV Profits Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers. Know your company at 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, only on NDTV Profit.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
Government is considering to increase the custom duty on the imported finished goods ranging from consumer electronics to medical devices.
And to rectify inverted duty structure, I propose to increase the BCD on interactive flat panel display from 10% to 20%.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What's the picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profits Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers. Know Your Company at 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, only on NDTV Profit.
Headlines you start your day with. What matters worldwide is now in the palm of your hands. Get ready to seize the day and maximize your financial potential. Stay ahead of the curve with all you need to know on NDTV Profit.
Welcome back to Ask Profit only on NDTV Profit, a show where you ask your questions and we try and answer them through our guests. This evening, I'm being joined by Prashant Tapse of Mehta Equities to answer all your fundamental queries, and Vikas Jain of Reliance Securities is here to answer all your technical questions. So don't forget to call us on the numbers flashing on your screen. And let's head straight to our first caller right after this very short break. Sanjay is joining us on the phone line from Bengaluru. Hi Sanjay, good evening.
Hi ma'am.
Please ask away your question, Sanjay.
Ma'am, Varun Beverages, 350 quantity.
Okay.
Average price 540. Today buy ma'am. Today VBL result ma'am. 3 months starter ma'am. Hold or sell ma'am. Extra share buy ma'am.
Why did you invest in the stock today?
Today 350 stock.
Okay. 350 shares, you bought them today at 540.
Yes ma'am.
Okay, got it.
Extra share buy ma'am.
Understood. Okay. Vikas, let's take this question to you. Sanjay holds 350 shares of Varun Beverages at 540 apiece. And as he rightly mentioned, the company reported its revenue, its quarterly earnings today. And it reported a revenue of 3,689 crore, which was almost 38% higher on a year-on-year basis. The report card did not look very bad. But again, from a consumption FMCG point of view, do you think it's a good stock to remain invested in? How do you think it would pan out in the short term?
It's a good stock to hold. It has been a strong multi-bagger over the past many years. And the stock is witnessing some amount of retracement from the larger, broader market corrective action. It has witnessed good amount of support. But technically, if you speak specifically, the stock has a good strong support area near to those 530, 535 as its 20-month average. So if 530 has been breached on the downside, then we could see some amount of large unwinding into the stock, which would be almost near to 2-year low. So keep a stop of around 530 and continue to remain invested. On the higher side, the stock can move higher further to 585 to 590 odd levels. So a stop loss of 530 is to be mentioned.
Understood. So it's a hold on Varun Beverages. Vaishak is calling us from Kerala. Hi Vaishak, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Please ask away a question.
Yeah, actually I'm a great fan of this program, and my question regarding Mahindra and Mahindra, I'm holding 30 shares at an average price of 3,074.
Okay.
So I just want to know the fundamentals and technical, because despite of resulting good profit and all, I thought that it will be a go up, but I think the market sentiments are really bad. That's why it's not moved that too. So I just want to know whether I should hold or I should book the profit.
Very well. I will take this question to first Vikas. Vikas, why do you think, despite, as Vaishak rightly put it, despite a strong set of Q3, M&M has taken a little bit of beating on the stock market? Why do you think it has fallen a bit?
It has fallen in line with the broader market. So even if in today's trade also you look at the stock opened higher, made a high near to those 30 to 40, 30 to 80 odd levels. The management has reiterated that they are expected to launch their electric vehicle charge on 14th of November, 14th of February. So some strong expectations and bookings are expected. So that would continue to remain positive. And the stock on a relative strength basis is a strong outperformer. So it can continue to remain invested. We believe 30 to 80, 33.20 should be a price where it could book some amount of partial profits and trail the balance near to 34.80 odd levels.
Okay, got it. And Prashant, I would want to know something very specific about M&M from you, if that's possible. So when M&M released its Q3 earnings, and also when we spoke to the management, they were very, very impressed with the kind of results they saw on the tractor segment. Now, tractors usually are used a lot in rural areas. And now that rural consumption has been pretty positive, stronger than urban consumption, do you think from that perspective, M&M could benefit and see a reflection of that benefit in the stock price as well?
I think yes, with respect to tractor as a segment, it is holding almost 40% market share in the South Indian market. So with respect to that, again, obviously coming next 6 to 8 months, there will be a lot of good volume growth in the tractor segment because of the monsoon expectations and a lot of sales coming into before that. So I think with respect to that, again, very much positive on that. But again, with respect to the EV segment, which Vikas just mentioned it, with respect to BE6 launch, second version on 14th of February, I'm very much positive on that EV segment. If you compare M&M and Maruti as well as Tata Motors in the EV segment, I think M&M has done really great. The platform which they have built is very stronger than Tata Motors. So I think if you compare Tata Motors and M&M with respect to EV sales, again, M&M has done really great, and Tata Motors have been facing a lot of issue with respect to their market share cap raising in terms of EV. So I think consolidating everything, tractor, EV as well as the CV vehicles which they sell in terms of Mahindra, I think overall it's a strong fundamental stock. It should not be looked at very shorter period of time. I think at least for a 6 months to 1 year should be a medium term target with at least 10 to 15% from the current levels.
Got it. And now we have Hari joining us on the phone line from Hyderabad. Hi Hari, good evening.
Hello, good evening. First of all, I would like to thank you for helping us on the stock queries.
Most welcome.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So, thank you. My question is on NTPC. I'm holding NTPC from 1 year at a rate of 360 and 500, aggregated it to 4-5 times. It is falling consistently, continuously. So what is the long-term view, 3 to 5 years view, and can I average at this level?
Got it. Vikas, let's take this question to you. Hari holds 500 shares of NTPC at 360. He's currently sitting on a loss of around 25,000. And as he mentioned, the stock has not given any clear direction as to where it's heading. In the past 1 year, it has dropped around 2%. What do you think about the stock, and when do you think Hari could make profits out of this investment, if he could?
So to make profit out of his investments, so for his respect to purchase price, I believe he will have to hold to 6 to 9 months view. But if he wants to average and he decides that he wants to add some amount of averaging, he can do at the current price because the stock is fairly poised at the current levels. Is what we have witnessed, the stock had a strong move from 200 to 450 odd levels, and it has consistently declined from 450 to 310, completing a 38% retracement from its peak. So we believe the stock has good fundamentals, and with strong technical structure at current move, 295, 300 was the base level. We witnessed some amount of bounce, and again with the broader market correction. So entry point should be a good price at these levels, and 380, 85 should be expected over the next 6 to 8 months.
Got it. And now we have Mayappam joining us on the phone line from Chennai. Hi Mayappam.
Yeah.
I'm interested in Linde India. Can I accumulate now?
So why are you interested in Linde India?
It is a MNC company. Now it is nearing 52-week low.
Okay. Prashant, do you have any coverage on Linde India? Because our viewer is interested in this stock because, it is currently trading around 6,016 and its 52-week low is around 5,366 or so. So I think Mayappam is of the view or of the understanding that he can buy this stock at a discounted price. However, is this a good stock to remain invested in?
I think yes, long term, if he's seeing, I think it's a great stock. It is into gas supply and the largest in terms of gas business into the industrial level. So I think with respect to the sector he is into, I think he's the leader in the market right now. And the way how the industries are shifting towards gas-based production capacity, so I think this stock will do really great. With respect to again valuation, still not comfortable again. I think with a 100+ P and with respect to price to book value of 14x. So which is a concern for me at this point of time. To again average out more, I think Vikas should help us more on understanding the technicals. But on a fundamental basis, I'm very much positive on long-term investment.
Definitely. And Vikas, could you help us with the right entry point for Linde India?
The right entry point would be near to those 52-week lows of 53, 5400, because if you look at the stock witnessed massive volume near to those price, almost 3.5, 4 lakh shares, because the stock lacks some amount of volume in terms of the larger space. And now again, after moving from those 53, 5400, it is again retracing back. So we believe that volume expansion zone should be retested again. So 5400 would be a good entry point to enter into the stock.
Got it. Understood. And now we have Keshav joining us on the phone line from Coimbatore. Hi Keshav, good evening. Please ask away your question.
Hi. First of all, thank you for this call.
Most welcome. It's our pleasure. Please ask away.
My question is regarding the stock Natco Pharma. I would like to know, I would like to hold it for next 1 year. So can I accommodate, can I add more, or how is it like? Can I hold it, or how is it like?
Understood. Understood. Prashant, let's take this one to you. Keshav holds 100 shares of Natco Pharma at 1,315 apiece. He is currently sitting on a loss of $3,000 and the stock is currently trading around 1,282. Has seen a beating of close to 3% in trade today, and in the past 6 months or so has seen a beating of 14% plus. So what's your view on Natco Pharma, and is this the right time to invest in pharmaceutical companies given the atmosphere of aggressive Trump tariffs creating global havoc?
I think you rightly said I have two views on that. One, because of the global issues, uncertainty, and no clarity about what Trump 2.0 would be giving with respect to the sectors, which is majorly depending on export from India to US. So obviously it is right. It has a lot of no capacities or exposure towards US. That is the only reason why stock is down from the shorter period of time. But with respect to valuations, again, I am very much comfortable at this point of time again with the 10 P with the current forward levels. Again, with the price to book value of around 3. So with a great company, I think one should look at averaging out this stock, but with a long-term view only.
Okay, and a follow-up to that would be, Prashant, how does one understand the right valuation of a company? When you mentioned, a lot of viewers don't understand this because a lot of our viewers who ask us questions are active investors in the stock market, but some of us fail to understand, or rather don't have the right understanding of how do you identify the right valuation to enter a stock?
So I think there are 2-3 conditions, like again price to book value, again PE ratios, EV by EBITDA. So every industry has a different valuation matrix one should look at. For this, I am going to go through price to book value valuation again. At 3, I look at this company as a little bit of expensive. But again, the stock comes down to again near to 1,100 rupees. I would be very much comfortable with respect to 2x of the price to book value, which is a very comfortable level for a pharma company like Natco Pharma for investors for a long-term view. With respect to P, again, it's the cheapest stock right now in the basket when we compare with this Lupin or Mankind or Cipla, which are almost trading at like 30 to 50 P forward, and this stock is trading at almost 12. So I think that can be considered as the lowest, cheapest stock to entry in the sector.
Understood. Okay. And because I will take the next WhatsApp query to you, because right now we were discussing about Natco Pharma, and our next query is based on the same space. Afreen has written to us from Hyderabad, and she wants to know if amongst Aurobindo, Cipla and Dr. Reddy's, which pharma company would be the best pick?
Well, she has an option among the three names, Aurobindo, Cipla and Dr. Reddy. We would like to go with Dr. Reddy because if you look at the stock has been a strong outperformer. Post a stock split into the stock has witnessed some amount of corrective action. But this corrective action gives you an opportunity to own to the stock because it is near to long-term averages of lows 1160, 1180 or levels. And we believe the stock should poise from further up move. So it would retest its up move near to those 1360, 1380. So among the three, we would prefer Dr. Reddy to invest at current levels.
Okay. So your pick should be Dr. Reddy's, is what Vikas is suggesting you. Now, Kamat is joining us on the phone line. No. Paramjeet is joining us on the phone line from Himachal Pradesh. Hi, Paramjeet.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Please go ahead.
I am having 2,000 shares of Landmark car at the rate of 500.
Okay.
Want to know both long-term as well as short-term view.
So, since when have you been invested in Landmark?
Recently.
Okay. How recent?
10-15 days back.
Okay. And you want a short-term view and a long-term view on this one?
Yes.
Okay. Just one more follow-up question. Why did you invest in Landmark?
It's a motor business. He's the only dealer in premium cars.
Okay, got it. Prashant, let's take this one first to you. Paramjeet holds 2,000 shares of Landmark at 500 rupees, and the stock is currently trading around those levels as well. Do you, accept or reckon with that reasoning behind his purchase of Landmark shares?
I think yes, the way he said it, because it is the only premium most car dealership in India, where Mercedes, Audi, as well as the other premium stocks, is the only pan-India distributor for that. So with that reason, yes, I think the stock looks good. But again, as a fundamental analyst, I look at as a valuation again. With 60 to 70 P forward, I think it's a very costly affair for investors to invest in this stock at this point of time. Again, so I think with respect to sector, again, there is a lot of mixed action. If you see Tata Motors, M&M and Maruti, they have faced a lot of issues last 3 months back with respect to high inventories. So considering those things, again, this guy is into the second-hand car sales as well. So I think there will be a lot of inventories with him also that will be very difficult for him to make good margins out of that. So with a shorter period of time of valuations, I think there is a little bit of concern. But with respect to long term, again, he will do good in terms of at least 1 or 2 years.
Understood. And Vikas, coming to you on the same query, do you think Landmark Cars is a good stock to remain invested in, especially given the kind of beating it has seen in the past couple of months?
I would have differed the opinion because we believe the stock has not done pretty well. So despite the being good mode, the stock has not considerably rewarded the shareholders, and the stock has consistently witnessed drawdown. It's now below the IPO price, almost near to the all-time low. So the stock could face some more pressures. Maybe some amount of price correction would have been completed, but some amount of time correction of 1 to 2 quarters would be required into the stock. So it's better to avoid.
Okay, so it's better to avoid from a short-term perspective. Matthew is our next WhatsApp query. So basically, Matthew has written to us from Kerala. He holds 100 shares of Cochin Shipyard at 1,602 rupees per piece. And he's asking for a long-term view. He currently sits at a loss of 23,000 rupees or so. And Prashant, let's take this one to you. Defense has been in the news. Defense companies have been in the news for some time now, especially given the allocation towards defense and government's focus towards fostering the defense, the defense sector of India. Some companies have also been, making quite amount of profits and returns in the stock market, given the kind of, news flow defense stocks have seen. What do you think about Cochin Shipyard per se?
With respect to sector, yes, you rightly said India has a great story with respect to defense. Again, make for the world as a strategy. But again, with respect to stocks like Cochin Shipping Corporation of India or Mazagon Dock, I think the numbers were really bad That was the one reason why stock have been underperforming last three months. So Q1 was bad, Q2 was bad, again Q3 was also bad with respect to profitability growth. So we are missing something in the stock right now, the earning growth, which is not happening. Second, there are huge order books with them, and there is a question of execution as well. So I think if an investor would like to cap in all the defense story as a strategy for a long-term investors, yes, every dip has to be bought. But with respect to the earnings, again, I'm still worrying about the price action. The valuation is almost like 40 x PE right now. So there will be some kind of price correction can be seen in the stock due to the earnings downgrade. So wait and watch for more downside and then take the call on the long-term call.
Understood. Okay. And now we have Kumaran, who's joining us on the phone line from Chennai. Hi, Kumaran.
Yeah.
Please go ahead. Ask away your question.
For Divi, madam, I purchased around 5,950 rupees.
Okay, heard you. And?
Can I accumulate more or I can hold for this?
Since when have you remained invested in Divi's Laboratories?
Yeah, it is a good company. It is a pharmaceutical frontline company like that I have invested.
Okay, and what's your question exactly?
Exactly, I bought around 5,900.
Okay.
Again, I can invest or I can wait.
Understood. Vikas, let's take this one to you. I know you said that, you mentioned a couple of names in the pharma space that you were bullish on, but what's your views on Divi's Laboratories?
Yes, so Divi's Laboratories, no doubt it is an outperformer, but if you look at the medium-term charts, the stock has witnessed some amount of multiple tops near to those 6,050, 6,100 levels. And once again, it failed to cross those 6,150 and 6,200 and witness some corrective action. So some more corrective action cannot be ruled out, and the stock would be again back to 5,450, 5,500 levels. As the investor is in some minor profit, he could invest and again re-enter at lower levels near to 5,450, 5,500.
Okay, got it. Kamath is calling us from Bangalore at the moment. Hi, Kamath. Good evening.
Good evening, madam. My query is regarding Sequent Scientific.
Okay.
I'm holding 1,000 shares at the rate of 160 rupees.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know long-term and short-term view regarding that, madam.
Okay, got it. Prashant, let's take this one to you. What's your view on Sequent Scientific? It is a company that is involved in animal care. Please go ahead.
I think yes, with respect to sector, it is really attractive. But with respect to valuations, again, I'm raising a lot of eyebrows, very high, 180 P, and even the price to book value of 6 times and EV by EBITDA of 50 times. The question of valuation is a major concern for me with respect to this segment, which is into animal healthcare. I'm very much bullish on that. That too for a long-term investment. But time being, I would recommend him to just wait for more time. Let the earnings come, the growth. Let the earning also come, the growth also come. So then only we can think of adding more and going for long-term. But time being short-term, there will be some kind of correction more.
Okay, understood. And now we have Sharma joining us on the phone line from Chennai again. Hi, Sharma. Good evening.
Good evening. My query is about NBCC.
Okay.
National Building, NBCC. Is it the right time to, I have an idea to invest a bit of high amount, 40 to 50 lakhs. And is it the right time to go for that share? Or I have been seeing the very impressive performance of NBCC for quite some time. So what do you think about this decision? Or can you send me some alternatives?
Okay, got it. So Vikas, let's take this one to you. What is your view on NBCC? And our viewer wants to invest a high corpus of 50 to 60 lakhs. Would you suggest him to go ahead?
So I would not suggest to invest all the amount into a single stock because the stock is one of the very high beta play. No doubt the company has got good order visibility. The company has witnessed good. But the stock has also entered into the F&O segment, so some strong amount of volatility cannot be ruled out into this space. The stock has declined from the highs of around 200 odd levels to 85, 90 odd. So it's a good price to enter, but he would invest in a staggered way. So if he wants to invest 30 to 40 lakh rupees odd, I would recommend to invest 25% at current levels and watch the price for 1 quarter or so, and then to invest the balance proceeds with respect to staggered pricing.
Okay, got it. Prashant, a quick 30-second view of yours on NBCC.
I think yes, I would like to go with Vikas again. Wait and watch for more in terms of earning growth. I'm just looking at the numbers. They're not able to perform well in the last 2 quarters, Q2 and Q3. So with respect to government focus more on the construction side with respect to project management, engineering, procurement, and construction. So I think lot of government projects will be flowing to him on a long-term basis. Again, gradual investment should be one strategy. One should focus in this market also. I think 20-25% of the money can be invested now, and then later with Q4 earnings as well as Q1 earnings of next financial year. That will give us more clear understanding about the earning growth, and then we can add more at those levels.
Right, got that. And now Prashant and Vikas, I will have to say goodbye. Thank you so much for answering all our viewer queries with such candidness and being so supportive of our investors. And viewers, thank you so much for calling Ask Profit. You can continue to call us on the numbers flashing on your screen. We will be right back in the morning as well as in the evening. Stay tuned to NDTV Profit for more news and updates.
भाषण सुना उसके बाद मेरा पहला एक्रोनिम निकाला मैंने, वो था RRR, रिस्पॉन्सिबल, रिफॉर्मिस्ट, और मैंने कहा रिवॉल्यूशनरी। हाउ डिड यू अराइव एट दिस नंबर ऑफ 12 लाख रुपीस?
हमें लगता है टैक्स पेयर उस लेवल नंबर से टैक्स भर रहा है, क्या उनको हम कुछ कर सकते हैं?
प्राइवेट सेक्टर कैपेक्स अभी तक वो इन्वेस्ट क्यों नहीं कर रहे हैं, जबकि आपका इकोनॉमिक सर्वे ही बताता है कि वो कैश पाइल पे बैठे हुए हैं।
अगर कंजम्पशन बढ़ता है और उसके तहत लगता है कि ग्रेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट का पॉसिबिलिटी है, वो भी अच्छा ट्रिगर हो सकता है।
एआई बहुत तेज़ी से आ रहा है, तो जॉब के चैलेंजेस होंगे, स्किल के चैलेंज पहले से हैं, तो जो ट्रांजिशन पीरियड का स्ट्रगल है, नौकरी मुझे अभी चाहिए।
पूरे साल का एक्सपोजर दिलाने के लिए हम इंटर्नशिप